All right, I'm gonna show you guys a brand new account I just started with a few months ago, and I wanna show you how well they're doing. It's a clothing category, one of the most competitive categories, but it's also one of my most favorite categories. And let's dive right in and I'll show you what we did exactly. So, all right, you can see over here, this is 3 months view. Today is the 24th. So you can see over here, January, we did 20,000 in sales. February, we did 43,000. And this month we did almost 110,000 so far. And there's almost another week left of the month. So we are growing this account rapidly, and you can see the total units, 668 to 1562 and to 3,000, almost 3,100. So it's basically doubling each month the total amount of units. Okay, so now here's week over week for the last 8 weeks. We can see over here, this week we did 3,300, February 4th to the 10th we did 8,000, February 11th to the 17th we did 11,300, and the next week we did 14,000, the next week after that we did 18,000, the next week after that we did almost 26,000, then 30,000, then 42,000. So thank God this account is growing exactly how I imagined and how I want it to grow. You can see one of the biggest things are organic units, which is, if you've watched any of my other videos or heard me talk in the past, you know organic units are one of the most important things to me. You can see the organic units are going up every single week, which is great. And let's see what else. So I'm going to want to go in and show you a few product examples of what the week over week sales are on each product. But I also want to explain to you what we did. So we built up the organic rank. Obviously. How did we do it? So we set up long tail exact match campaigns for very relevant terms, obviously, and we set them up where it's targeting a specific child ASIN. First of all, we looked at the detail page. We saw that there were a lot of issues with the detail page. The detail page was not optimized at all for Rufus, which, if you are not aware, is the Amazon AI, the algorithm, and Cosmo, and didn't have any intent in the copyright. And the copy didn't have any use cases and things like that. It was just flooded with just generic keywords, which it's good to have the generic keywords in it, especially if they're relevant, but use and intent is the most important thing now, as things are changing. So what did we do? We went in, we revamped the copy, the title, the bullets, the keywords, the back-end description. One of the biggest things was we downloaded the category listing report and looked at all the optional fields that they have for each product. And many of them, even though they're optional fields, you don't have to fill it out. You really do, or at least me and my team know we have to fill out every optional field. There's a few reasons for this. The first reason is, first of all, somebody's searching for something on Amazon. On the left side, filters appear after they make the search. If somebody clicks into one of those filters, that narrows down the search, and if we didn't fill out the optional field, when somebody clicks into that, then we're going to disappear off the pages completely. So we're completely losing out on all those people who would have found us and wanted to buy from us, and all they were doing was, when they searched it, Amazon asked, do you want this type of item or do you want this type? And when they clicked it, since we didn't fill out what type ours is, now we completely get erased from the search results. So that's like one of the biggest things that needs to be done. Another reason that needs to be done is because if you don't fill out the optional fields, the Amazon robots will guess on what they are and they will fill it out, and then there comes a time where you want to make a change to one of your listings and Amazon tells you, sorry, you're not the main contributor to the listing. And you're like, what do you mean I'm not the main contributor to my listing? But it doesn't matter. Now that Amazon took control of one part of the listing, now it's like they own that. And when you try to write something, when you try to change a title or a bullet or something, they might not let you. It might be locked in from Amazon's side, and it's a big headache. So don't let the bot randomly fill out those things for you. You must fill them out. So aside from losing sales from not showing up in the search results when somebody uses the filter option, and also besides for Amazon not getting control of your listing, it also helps with ranking. It also helps with the organic ranking. It's extremely important to fill it out. So we filled out all that information. So the next thing that we did was we actually, first of all, we started tracking our listings. listing to see what keywords are we showing up for. Then we looked at the competitors. We chose 3 competitors, very relevant competitors to our product, and we pulled all their keywords. We saw what are they ranked in the top 5 or maybe top 8 spot organically. Which keywords do they all have in common, or do 2 out of 3 of the people have in common that we think that we should also be ranked on? So we started tracking those and comparing our organic rank to their organic rank. And then whatever we saw that we should be ranking on, but we're not, all we did was we reverse engineered how many sales do we need to get on each keyword for Amazon to organically rank us. So we did that. We spent on those keywords, exact match. And also, like I said before, the exact match is tied to the child ASIN, because it's not enough to get sales over any variation. Amazon doesn't rank like that. They rank specific child ASINs. So once we did that, and again, these weren't the massive search volume keywords. They were 5,000, 10,000 search volume keywords, but there were a bunch of them and they added up. And as you can see from the numbers that I'm showing you, it made a significant impact in sales. It's one of the biggest things. Everyone thinks that you need to go after the highest search volume term. No, there's no problem. If you have 10 terms between 5,000 and 10,000 search volume each, that adds up to a lot. Why not go after those? Especially if you only need to sell a few, a couple units from each search term over the course of a week to get ranked. We did that, and yeah, we just went through the entire listing, optimized it, cleaned up the campaigns. A lot of the campaigns had many different keywords stuff into each different campaign. It was very hard to navigate like that. If you want to change one thing, it's very hard. So we broke up the campaigns by route and by different search volumes, so that we could easily tweak things. And yeah, I'll just dive in and I'll show you a few products, just examples of the growth that we're seeing. So you can see over here, our total tacos is 9.7%, which is great. ACOS is 18%. You can see over here, just look at the sales of this product over here, week over week. So you can see it started off at 350, then it went up to 1,300 the next week, 2,100 the next week, 3,100 the next week, 3,000 the next week, then it went up to 4,000, 4,000, 12,000. And you can see, like, we're not doing massive promotions over here. You can see, like, it's just the organic rank building up over time, and it's still not stabilized yet, but the more that we continue to focus on those keywords, the more it's going to rank. That's one product. I'll show you another product over here. See over here, it's basically a new launch, $0, $50, $500, $1,600 the next week, $3,000 the next week, $6,200 the next week, $8,500, then $12,000. These are new launches. This is brand new. And yeah, we're building them up very strong from the beginning. I'll show you another one. See over here, this was 400, now it's 3,000. Here's a newer launch also. This is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6 weeks old. So $50 in sales, $100 in sales, $1,300 in sales, $2,200, $2,800. A little bit of a dip, maybe something with the inventory, but $1,800. But the point is, this is weekly sales. So like all these listings, we're building up very strong from the beginning. Any new listing, obviously, there's a honeymoon period. You need to launch it strong in the beginning. You need to get it ranked. And that's what we're doing over here. Step by step, we're going to continue to build this up. Very happy so far with the results that we're getting for this client. I love clothing, and I love clients that have a lot of inventory and a lot of variations. So yeah, anyone has any questions, please reach out. I hope this video was helpful. If you want to see more like it, please like and subscribe. And anything you need, I'm here for everyone. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.